I thought before I went over some of the items I picked up for Santa Fe Fast Food Boutique's eBay store, as well as some of the items I picked up just to help improve my vlogging game, I go over a recent article in Business Insider that kind of goes over what's going on in retail, and the title is pretty gloomy from Business Insider. More than 5,300 stores are closing in 2019 as retail apocalypse drags on, and they list some of the different retailers that are closing, and so some of them here, just give me a second, scroll down here. So Payless Shoe Source is closing 2,500 stores. Jamboree is closing 805 stores. Charlotte Russe, 520 stores. Family Dollar, 390 stores. Dollar Tree, Shopko, 251 stores. So Chico's 250 stores. So a lot of pressure continues on these retailers. And a lot of people don't realize that I was a stockbroker most of my career. I worked for Merrill Lynch and Smith Barney. And one of Wall Street's darlings is actually Ross. And it's funny how they talk about how Ross, if you've ever shopped at Ross, they don't have big box or big displays and anything fancy. I mean, it's pretty rough in most of these Rosses. And I think there's a big misconception that when you shop at Ross, most of them are things that were damaged or weren't put together well. And although that's true, those items are marked as such at Ross. But what happens is when these big box retailers make orders, the manufacturers guarantee buybacks. And so what happens if these Converse shoes didn't sell at whatever big box store, they go back to the manufacturer puts on an auction, and companies like Ross, TJ Maxx, Burlington, some of these other discounters go in there and they bid for these items, and then you'll find them at Ross. So they may be last season's items or items that didn't sell in certain cities very well and sold through in other cities. And so these are items that you're finding at Ross. And so I thought that was very interesting. And I'm kind of curious if they were able to pull these numbers out of Ross, why their sales are doing so well, if it isn't because people like us that buy at Ross and Burlington and some of these other companies for resale is helping boost some of these sales at Ross. So with that said, some of the items I picked up this week were these Converse shoes, and so I'm going to put them on sale this week. And I paid, I think, about $18. They're worth about $60. So I picked up these shoes. This is really the first time I've ever bought clothing at a place like Ross. So I picked up these pants, Rock Revival, still with the tags on them. And you can see here I paid $24.99, and they should sell pretty close to $100, so that was a pretty good find as well. So I'll put these up on our eBay store today. So I'll work on that. This here is actually the first time I've ever had to, what's the word I'm looking for? Where I shipped the wrong pair of shoes to the customer, and I was actually able to intercept the shoes, which was pretty cool. And so when I realized my mistake, I sent an email to the buyer on eBay, letting him know that, hey, I've sent out the wrong box. And then I had to go to UPS anyway to drop off some other stuff, and I asked him if there was a way to intercept them, and luckily I was able to intercept them. So I got the shoes back and sent the client those shoes as soon as I realized the mistake. So he got them the very next day, and so no harm, no foul. But for those of you that are ever concerned that, hey, I shipped out the wrong item, you know, if you catch it in time, you could go ahead and intercept them. So that's kind of the story behind these shoes. Cool. So I'm excited about using this item, so I picked up a steady cam for my DSLR. here's some weights. So I'm looking forward to using this item. So for those of you who've been watching my channel, oftentimes I'll walk around following my friends. It's very shaky, so this should make things look a lot smoother. So we'll see how that works. And I picked up this item on eBay, you know, for about 35 bucks. It's not a high-end steady cam, but it should do the trick, so I'll let everybody know how that works out. So I've been borrowing my friend's Rip Williams tripod, and so I went ahead and ordered my own. And so I picked this one up on eBay as well. Sweet! So I picked this one up as well on eBay, and this one was about 40 or 50 bucks. So between my tripod and my new Steadicam, we'll see if we can take this to the next level.